Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Blockbird Cryptocurrency. And today we are going to talk about my first and hopefully my only bad trade in cryptocurrency. So, what inspired me to talk about this was actually other YouTubers. And in navigating the cryptocurrency YouTube space, I noticed that a lot of guys don't talk about their losses. And if we're going to be honest with ourselves, we all have taken a loss every now and then. Of course, we shouldn't make a habit of it, but I think it's important to be candid just so when new users are watching these videos and they're first getting into cryptocurrency and they make a bad trade, I think it's important to know that they're not the only ones. And I think with a lot of our favorite crypto celebrities, it seems as though every trade that they do is perfect. And in this video, I just want to say, hey, I'm valuable as a person who has been trading for a little while and has been quite successful. And what I'm hoping is that from this video, you can walk away with some knowledge and learn from my mistake. So let's go ahead and get started. What you'll see here on my screen is Next. And maybe some of you got caught up in Next. It is a cryptocurrency platform where tokens can be built on top of this blockchain. No different than Ethereum or Waves or the coming EOS platform. And unlike Ethereum or Waves or some of the newer platforms, Next has actually been around for quite a while. I think if it's not older than Ethereum, it's certainly nearly as old. Let's see. December 2014. And Ethereum has been around since all those exchanges. Yeah, November 2015. So the Next blockchain, it's quite old and it's well established. So in getting into this investment, that was actually one of the things I took into consideration. However, outside of that, I got trapped and entranced into the FOMO. So first, let's start off with how I heard about Next. Well, you may all remember around early December or so, there were a lot of videos coming out about the Ignis airdrop, and everyone was talking about buy Next. Now, being a person who knows about trading, I, of course, knew and expected that there would be I'm not going to say a pump. Yeah, we'll call it a pump and dump. There would be a dump, but I didn't think there would be so intense of a pump simply because Next was and is such an established blockchain platform. It's not some random meme token that just popped up on CoinMarketExchange, but it has some seasoning. It's been around for a while. So I figured, okay, Next is going to go up in price. It may double, it may even triple. But what I'm going to do on the day of the Ignis airdrop, I am going to have a buy order already in place to take my profits. Well, you can imagine what happened. Everyone else was thinking the same thing. So let's look at the chart and talk a little bit about what happened. So here's Next. This was the big pump on the Ignis airdrop. Let's look at the 3 months so we can get a closer look at it. So I entered into Next kind of around here, around 90 cents or so, give or take a few cents. And I wrote it all the way up here and all the way down. And let me tell you a little bit about my strategy. So, like I said, I was going to essentially sell off the coin on the airdrop. And what happened? Well, it was me versus the bots. And I think something to keep in mind when you have these limit orders on exchanges, that there are people who are locked and loaded and it's hard to beat the robots. And when you place the order in, it's not guaranteed that it will get filled. So let's see what happened to the Ignis token that was dropped. Well, here it is. It was dumped, or it pumped up briefly, and then it dumped immediately. And it's been flatlined since, just like Nex. So let's talk about a little bit about what I learned from this debacle. Well, the first thing I learned was learning to control greed. I really should have gotten out probably around about here or so, when I was, had almost doubled my money. I should have gotten out. In fact, it would have been worth it to not even bother with the Ignis airdrop. I still would have came out further ahead had I actually just skipped the Ignis airdrop. Because if you can see, Ignis is now paired with Nex in terms of value. So let me give you a theoretical scenario here about my entry point, and these are fictitious numbers, but I'm just using simple numbers so we can get an idea of what happened and how even getting the airdrop token and still keeping the Nex coin, I still am in the red. So let's say someone bought, like myself, 100 Nex coins at an entry point of 90 cents. So that would have been $90. Well, its current value is 21 cents approximately. So it's hovering on the verge of 22 cents, but we'll just say 21 cents to keep it simple. And the airdrop tokens have a current value of 21 cents. And with the Ignis airdrop, each Nex holder received 0.5 Ignis tokens for their total supply of Nex. So if you had 100 Nex coins, then you received a total of 50 Ignis. So let's do, I think that's actually wrong. So let's do 50 times 0.21. So those would have a value of $10.50, the current price. And that leads us to a grand total of $31.50, which equals approximately about a 66% loss of profit. Well, I shouldn't say loss. It puts us in a position where we're at 65 or 66%. And why do I choose not to say loss? Well, this is perhaps the most important thing that I learned from this trade, is that you don't lose until you sell. And yeah, I'm a bag holder of this token and this coin, but it's no big deal. I'm heavily diversified and I'm still up significantly overall in cryptocurrency. And I will say that in the long run, even if this coin never comes back up, it will save me so much money in the future from what I've learned. And it is not a loss because it has not been sold. If you do not sell, then you have not taken a loss. The moment you sell is when you take your loss. And if I had to have to hold on to it for another month, another 2 months, heck, another year or more, I will hold on to it. I refuse to be a loser. Yeah, it sucks to hold it back, but you got to keep moving. You got to keep going. And that's what I'm doing with cryptocurrency. And I think that's the mindset you have to have with trades. Don't go trying to chase unreasonable profits, nor get out of your positions if you're at a loss. Be disciplined. Other currencies will come around. You know, you may have money tied up in a particular coin or token, and a new project has come out and you want to cash out even though you're at a loss to move into that other project. Don't set up that precedent, because what it does, there's a shift in your mind. You just feel crappy after you take that loss, after you make that sell. Yeah, you may get into a cryptocurrency that you really want to be in and it's such a better investment. But what happens if the same thing happens to the currency that you just jumped into and you took a loss to jump into that currency? Then what happens to your psyche? So, yeah, I'm going to continue to hold next. Am I a fan? It's a pretty cool project. It's solid. It's been around. It's a platform. It's privacy based. They have their own market, and there are many projects being built on top of this blockchain. So who knows? In the future, it could actually end up going back up even more than what I bought into it at. But who's to say? But what I will say, most importantly, is that I won't take a loss anytime soon. Well, anyways, that's it, guys. I hope you learned from this video and you were able to look at my losses, and hopefully my losses were your gain. Let me know what you think in the comments. Actually, more importantly, have you guys taken any losses in cryptocurrency? What bags are you holding? What are your plans? What's your future? I would love to talk about bag holding in cryptocurrency. I feel like I don't see these conversations a lot in crypto because we're all, really smart, and we're all geniuses, and we all make the right trades. Well, we don't. So let's get a conversation started and discuss bags. Be sure to like and subscribe. And once again, thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.